Hello students, I am Shashireka, Assistant Professor, DBO Degree College, PG Courses. Today I am going to deal the subject VUCA Management. VUCA Management is one of the core paper in your MBA third semester. That means this is the common paper to all the students. Okay, let us have an overlook on the first unit modules. So what are the first unit modules? Introduction to volatility, uncertainty, complexity and ambiguity. Significance. And next, challenges in business. Next, digitalization, globalization and social inclusion. These are the modules in the first unit. Now I am going to deliver a lecture on Introduction to VUCA Management. VUCA Management. VUCA is an acronym that stands for Volatility, Uncertainty, Complexity and Ambiguity. A combination of qualities that taken together characterize the nature of some difficult conditions and situations. So, VUCA is an acronym that stands for V stands for volatility, U stands for uncertainty, C stands for complexity, A stands for ambiguity. So, the combination of qualities taken together. So, why the four terms taken together? So, they are characterize the nature of some difficult conditions and situations. Okay, let us see how they characterize the nature of some difficult conditions and situations. Okay, so who coined the term VUCA? The term originated by a US military college to describe the new challenges facing leaders. So, who coined the term VUCA? The US Army War College introduced the concept of VUCA. The US Army War College, military college, introduced the concept of VUCA. So, to describe the new challenges facing leaders. So to describe the more volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous multilateral world perceived as resulting from the end of the Cold War. So, the US Army War College introduced the term VUCA. So, to describe the new challenges facing leaders after the Cold War. So, from frequent use and discussion of term VUCA began from 2002. So, the term VUCA began from 2002 and derives from this acronym from US military education. So, over the years, the application of VUCA has expanded to the business world, including marketing also. In the acronym VUCA, V stands for volatility. Here, volatility means rate of change. Volatility means increasing rate of change. Volatility refers to the speed of change in an industry, market or the world. So, that means it is associated with the fluctuations. It is associated with the fluctuations in demand, turbulence and short time to market. So, volatility. So, here in this picture we can see the low volatility and high volatility. Here low volatility means, so if for example we take the example of the security market. If the prices of securities fluctuate slowly, that means the prices of the securities fluctuate slowly in a long time span, that is called low volatility. So, if the prices of a security fluctuate slowly in a long span, it is termed to have low volatility, where high volatility means, so if the prices of a security fluctuate rapidly in a short time span, that is high fluctuations, it is termed to have high volatility. That means the volatility means the more volatility the world is, the more and faster things change. So here volatility means rate of change. Volatility means sudden and extreme changes. That means, for example, price fluctuations. Volatility is the price variance of an asset over time. So, here volatility means there is not only in the stock prices, they are also in commodities prices also. The main areas of commodities are food, energy and metals. So, what are the most popular food futures are meat, wheat and sugar. So, and most energy figures are oil and gasoline, and metals using future include gold, silver and copper. So the most fluctuate commodities are, what are the most fluctuate commodities? Oil, gasoline and metals. So next one is the U stands for uncertainty. U stands for uncertainty. Uncertainty means unclear about the present. Uncertainty is a component of the situation in which events and outcomes are unpredictable. That means doubtful and unreliable information. So part of uncertainty is perceived and associated with people's inability. What ability? People's inability to understand what is going on. So we can't predict the future. We can't understand what is going on. See in this picture. So what is low uncertainty? In low uncertainty, we can able to predict. We can able to understand what is going on. In high certainty situation, we can't predict the future and present also. We can't able to understand what is going on. In the acronym VUCA, C stands for complexity. Here complexity means multiple key decision factors. Here what are the multiple key decision factor means? Complexity refers to the number of factors that we need to take into account, their variety and the relationship between them. That means there are so many factors involved and they are interconnected with each other. See, look at the picture. In low complexity, there are limited number of factors involved. That means we can analyze the situation. We can analyze the environment. But in high complexity, under high complexity, it is impossible to fully analyze the environment. It is, so there are more factors involved in the situation, so we can't analyze the environment, so and we can't come to rational conclusions, so it is impossible to fully analyze the environment. So the more complex the world is, harder it is to analyze. So the last one is ambiguity. Here ambiguity means lack of clarity about meaning of an event. That means lack of clarity. Ambiguity refers to the lack of clarity about how to interpret something. How to interpret something. Ambiguity is manifested in a lack of clarity and the difficulty of understanding exactly what is the situation is. Exactly we can't, it is difficult to understand exactly what the situation is. So, in low ambiguity, we understand the situation and we can draw the conclusions also. But in high ambiguity, we cannot have clarity. That means we cannot conclude the solutions. We cannot conclude the situations. So that means it is difficult to understand. It is difficult to understand what the situation is. Okay, are you understand the terms? So, VUCA means volatility, uncertainty, complexity and ambiguity. So, the acronym VUCA, the concept VUCA originated with the United States Army War College to describe conditions resulting from the Cold War. So, here V stands for volatility. Volatility means rate of change. U stands for uncertainty. Uncertainty means unclear about the present. That means unpredictable situation. That means we can't understand what is going on. So, and complexity means there is multiple key decision factors involved and they are interconnected with each other. And ambiguity. Ambiguity means lack of clarity about a meaning of an event. In ambiguity, it is impossible to come to rational conclusions. Okay, the VUCA concept has since been adopted throughout business and organizations in many industries and sectors to guide leadership and strategy planning. So, in practice, the four terms are related. In practice, the four terms are related. The more complex and volatile an industry is, for example, the harder to predict and therefore more uncertain it will be. Okay, thank you.